You have your North Node in Aries. You're here to be a leader. When I see this, when I'm doing a reading, I already know this person is someone that gives in too easily into the wishes of others. What that means is that you have an overrepresentation of energy that likes to collaborate. Someone that allows other people to manipulate them easily. Someone that plays into other people's hands too easily. Meaning that these are the types of people who may want something, but if they love you, or you love them, basically if you're in a relationship with them, if you give them any pushback on it, they will back all the way up. So it does not take much to redirect, rearrange, and reorient these types of personalities because they came into this world with an overabundance of energy that wants to see things from another person's point of view. As a result of that, they tend to be very devoted to making other people happy. And even though it sounds nice on paper, like, oh, you're a nice person, you want to make other people happy. What happens in reality, though, is that these people have become experts of denying themselves. So they live a lie. They live their lives to please other people. They masquerade, they pretend, they perform. They become very good performers. They become excellent at being able to figure out the right things to say and do
North
to
Node in
get on other
11th
people's good
house.
graces. So and again, on paper, it sounds like, oh, they're accommodating, but the reality is they are often going to be angry and passive aggressive because nobody's here to not be who they are. Nobody's here to not fulfill their needs. Nobody's here to deny themselves entirely their whole lives. We all are here to get in alignment, to tap into our desires, our wants, our needs, to really get inside of ourselves, right? And to speak truth about who we are at our core, what we want and what we need. All of us are here for that. All of us. Because we all are here for a purpose. This is a challenge of being a Libra. It's like, how do I honor who I really am while also being fair to everybody else? The uninvolved Libras become fake, where they just perform for people. And they get so used to living that fake life, that double life, that they don't even know who they are anymore. And they have a closet full of secrets as a result. The evolved Libras understand that being happy requires pissing people off. Because when you are an authentic and honest person, when you are yourself, you are going to have people who don't like you. When you're yourself, you're going to have haters. When you're yourself, you're going to piss people off. It's simply that they are wanting to choose themselves. They know the answer is themselves. This is spiritual warfare. This life is spiritual warfare. We all are here to get in spiritual alignment, to align with divinity. There are other energies here that are not aligned with divinity. We have to be able to tell what's what when we're dealing with different types of energies. You're not going to be successful with manifestation, with alignment, with winning your spiritual battles if you don't even know what tools you have for war. Insisting on their authenticity because they know to win the war, I need to know what tools I have in my arsenal. I have to know who I am all the way through. And I have to be honest with me about who I am. And then turn around and be honest with the world about who I am. So it doesn't matter if a million people don't like me. I just have to like me because I'm here for me. I'm here to like me. I'm not here to make you like me. I'm here to make me like me. That is the point of this life. That's the point of this life. The battle is not out there. The battle is within. We're battling with ourselves every day, fighting every day, trying to establish a balance between fear and love. God is love. We've all heard it. God is love. So if God is love and God made you, then obviously you're supposed to like yourself, right? A lot of people don't like themselves, though. The world is filled with people who don't like themselves. Why? Because they're living in fear. Why? Because they're living away from the light. Why? Because they're not in divine alignment. Why? Because they're away from God. Do you see the connection? Libra is a sister sign of Aries. Both of these signs are cardinal signs. Libra and Aries are both here to be leaders. Both of them know that leadership is important for society to function. Libra and Aries both want control. The way they go about it, though, is different. When you have an Aries North Node, you're supposed to trust what you think, what you feel, and do it in spite of what anybody else has to say about it. You're supposed to just go for it. You're supposed to trust your instincts more than anything. Aries makes one of the very best surgeon out of the entire zodiac for that reason, because Aries has amazing instincts. Aries is ruled by Mars, the planet of war. So when there's guts out on the table, on the operation table, and there's brains out of skulls on the operation table, and there's blood everywhere, and it's ugly, and it's nasty, and it's warm blood, and it's stinking up the air. When you're that surgeon in that room, when you're in Aries, that's where you come alive. When the going gets tough, when it's uncomfortable, when it's raw, when it's real, when it's authentic, that's when you come alive. And in that moment, you make split decisions that determine the outcome of someone's life. But when you're in Aries, you always trust your gut. And your gut always has the answer. When you're a Libra, you deny your gut in favor of being copacetic, of getting along, of being kosher, of being socially acceptable, of making friends. So Aries North Node, you're here to be a leader. You're here to be true. You're here to stop faking the funk. You're here to stop performing. You're here to say, fuck them people. You need to literally have that tattooed on your forehead. Fuck them people. 3 simple words that would change your entire life. Fuck them people. So what if they're mad? Let them. So what? Too many of you guys are tiptoeing around other people's feelings. Why do you give other people who don't live in your body so much power over your body? For the life of me, I will never understand that. You're the only one that lives in your body, and you give somebody else who does not live in your body control of your body. In what world does that make any sense? What the fuck do those people know about what it means to be you? I'm listening. Are they going to wake up for you tomorrow and go work that job for you? When your heart is hurting, they're going to take that pain for you. They're going to come in your body and remove that pain so you don't feel it. When it's time to pay those bills, they're going to come pay those bills for you so you can keep your money. When it's time to go take a shower, to get ready, and you don't have the energy and you're trying to push yourself to make it to work on time, they're going to come do it for you? No, they're not? Oh, okay. As long as we're on the same page about the level of impact that these people should be having in your life. You see, everybody's on their own spiritual journey. This is what Aries knows very clearly. One thing about an Aries is they're going to follow their path. They don't give a fuck what you think. Why should they? Why should they? As an example, I'm a queer Black woman. I'm aware that there are people in this world who do not like my existence. There are people in this world that don't like people that have my skin color. There are people in this world that don't like gay people or anything that has to do with being queer. Now, let's go with this. Let's go with this Libra thing. Even if these people are right that God should not have made me and I don't have the right to exist in this reality, even if these people are right that I don't deserve to be treated as a human being and I'm not worthy of being a human being like them, even if these people are right, we're going to go with that, right? When I wake up tomorrow morning, am I going to stop breathing because those people don't think I deserve to exist? No. I'm still going to breathe. I'm still going to wake up tomorrow with the same life stories, the same traumas that you have, the same hunger that you have. I'm still going to need to brush my teeth and take a shower like you. I'm still going to have to put my pants on 1 foot at a time like you. I'm still going to have to cry sometimes because life is painful just like you. Sometimes I'll have some successes too that will make me joyful just like you. I'm still going to be having my very own unique spiritual experience, regardless of what anyone thinks about my existence. And you know why I don't care? Because those people didn't make me. Those people that don't like my existence, they didn't make me. They wouldn't know how to make me. If I drop dead tomorrow, Can one of them step up to the plate and resurrect me? Make another me? No, there's only one me, and there'll forever only be one me. And whoever made me and brought me to this reality is the only entity I care about. That's the only power over me. The only power over me is the higher power that sent me here. And if that higher power determined that I needed to exist and that I was worthy of this human trip just like the rest of you, then why do I care what a bummy thinks about me? And that's really what I call them. I call them bombs because they're spiritual bombs. Because if they were spiritually in alignment, they wouldn't be behaving this way. You know, look at nature. Do you see birds fighting other birds because they're different colors? Do you see flowers trying to kill other flowers because they bloom at different times? They're different textures. There's so much wisdom in nature if you would just pay attention. It's obvious God likes diversity. Look around you. Hello? So Aquarius doesn't care. Aries doesn't care because they know they're perfect. What do you mean? What do you mean? Like, hello? I'm perfect. And so are you. So I don't go around trying to diminish other people's greatness because I know when all of us are great, then the world is great. But the people that go around trying to diminish and dehumanize and that try to get people to be repressed and the people that try to make other people feel small so they can feel big, those are the people that are away from the light. Because the people that are living in harmony with God's divine energy are full of love. And they even have love for the people they don't understand. They even have love for the people they don't agree with. They know they're not God. So if God made me, who are you to say I don't deserve to exist? The only reason you would have the authority to have that position is if you're God, which you're not. What does that tell me about you and your persona? You're haughty, egoic, self-centered. You're away from the light. Because if you were living in truth, living in light, living with God, you would know that all the humans have the right to exist fundamentally because they are humans. As an Aries North Node, you're here to already know this. And you're here to follow your bliss, follow your calling. Aries is a leader. Aries is the most fierce leader you could ever ask for. They are bold. They are brave. They take the path less traveled and they do it with zero apologies. None. If you don't like it, oh well, get over it. Cry about it, throw up about it. Doesn't matter. Who are you? Who cares? Who cares? So what? There are lots of things I don't like, but I don't go around, using a stick to try to belittle people. There are lots of things I don't understand, but I don't go around being evil and mean spirited. You know what I do? I focus on myself. I focus on the things I want, the things I need. And I pour my energy into that so much so that my focus is so powerful that I can carve a way just for myself that nobody has ever carved. And I do it with bravery. I do it with courage. I do it with strength. And I do it with zero apologies because I know why I'm here. And that is to be the very best, most winning version of who I am. That is an Aries. This is why I like seeing Aries with Aquarius, by the way. Because that is a badass couple. That is if they can learn to communicate, that is. So Aries North Node, that's what you're here to do. You're here to tap into this energy of authenticity, truth, courage, boldness, sincerity of emotional expression, sincerity within like your entire human experience. Because one thing about an Aries is they're never going to fake the funk, ever. Any of you who know an Aries can attest to this to be 100% true. I've never met an Aries that was a faker. If they like you, it's simple. They like you. If they don't like you, it's simple. They don't like you. And they don't mind you knowing that they don't like you. It's very simple because being true to who they are, they know is the key to their power. You can't be a powerful being in this universe if you don't have power over yourself. Power over yourself starts with understanding yourself, knowing yourself, and staying true to who you are. Power does not come from being fake, from being two-faced, from being passive aggressive, from being manipulative, for performing for other people's approval. All that, we do that when we're beta. When you're beta, you do those things because you want the alphas to clap for you. You want the alphas to welcome you. When you're an Aries, you know you're the alpha. So Aries North Node is an alpha. They own it. They own it. It's not about bullying. It's about using your power to empower yourself so that you can empower other people to be great, because you know how to be great. And Aries knows that a lot of people are just cowards and they don't mind being that brave soul while all of you cower in the back, pretending to be things that you're really not when it's time to show and tell. A lot of people like to run their lips about what they will do and what they're going to do and what they're going to do. But when it comes time to show up and actually go to war and stand up for themselves and stand up for other people, that's when you see them running through the back door. That's when that weakness enters their body and they leave the scene. Aries never leaves the scene. They mean every word of everything that they say, and they will fight till the bitter end, guts and gore and all. That is what it means to be an Aries North Node. Don't ever let anyone try to sun you. Don't ever let anyone try to dominate you. Don't ever let anyone try to tell you how to live your life or who you are. Ever. In fact, that should be a red flag. Red flag immediately. Because you're here to be the leader. You're here to be in charge. You're here to be yourself. You're here to be confident. And it's in you oozing that confidence that you generate that energy in the atmosphere. So whenever you enter a room, you shake the energy in that room because people automatically know where the power is. It's with you. That's what it means to be an Aries North Node, when you're living in your truth. But when you're not, you're going to be masquerading and performing in the circus for the claps. You're going to be a slave here. You don't have to live like that. You can break out of the slave mentality and you can make choices that empower you. It's about power. It's about self-control. It's about self-development. It's about getting into alignment. When Aries is at their best, people trust them because people know when the going gets tough, guess who's going to be the last person in the room? Aries. Guess who you can rely on? Aries. Guess who's going to do what they say they're going to do? Aries. Guess who's going to say it and mean it? Aries. So people trust you because they know you're a person of your word and they know you're strong. They don't mind hiding behind you. But when Aries is not developed, they're a bully. They spend all their energy tearing people down, pushing people down, belittling people, making fun of people, being negative. That's not what Aries is here to do. Aries is here to change your life. And they do that by showing you what it looks like to be brave, to be bold, and to do the hard thing. And to do it alone. And to do it alone. That is the challenge of Aries, is that they have to do all this stuff alone. But they do it so beautifully because they're so unafraid. So unafraid and so not concerned about what you got going on. So not bothered about your opinions because they don't care enough about you to be bothered by your opinions. I agree with you. A lot of people cannot match Aries' loyalty, dedication, or strength, period. You're in a class of your own if you're an Aries, and you should totally recognize that about yourself. You're very, very special because you're the first one to ever do it. Everything you do, you're the first one to ever do it. And a lot of people are very afraid to be the first one to do anything, and you're not. And I love that about you. So always do you. I know you're going to ruffle some feathers along the way, but that is a part of being an authentic person. You can't be real and also be somebody that everybody likes. The two do not go together. If you want everybody to like you, then you're a fake person. But when you're a real human being with complexities and flaws and authenticity, living in truth, everyone cannot like you. You can't be for everybody. That's just a reality. So all Aries is here to teach you is that when given the choice, always choose you. Don't be fake. Don't try to be like somebody else. Be yourself. That's what's going to get you far in this world. Some of the most loyal people you'll ever meet, Aries people. I love talking about Aries. I think I need to talk about Aries some more. I think I take for granted that I understand the fire signs, and I don't nearly talk about fire signs as much as I should. I will, you know what? I'm going to change that. I'm going to start talking about fire signs more because these are my sister signs, Aries and Leo. So I'm comfortable with that energy. But the energies I'm not as comfortable with are the others. So I often talk about energies that I'm not as comfortable with as part of my own self-development and growth and my deeper understanding of humanity on an astrological level. But I think I need to do that more. As I'm talking now, I'm realizing I don't have a whole lot of fire sign content. So look out for that. All right, guys. Well, I love you. Have a wonderful evening. Thanks for hanging out with me.
You can book your astrology reading at intuitivehealing.com. You can also watch videos at Intuitive Healing here on YouTube for Astrology 101 content. Listen to the Aquarius podcast on Spotify, as well as here on YouTube for your horoscope. If you're interested in astrology and love connections, you can visit at Styled Under Libra. And of course, for health and wellness and holistic healing, visit at Styled Under Virgo. Thanks so much for watching.